out. The sun came peeking out. Oh wait, no, it wants to get behind the cloud. Yeah, it was shining there for a little bit. It's gonna come shine again. Look at that. Your boy Marky say, "Who's ready? Who's ready? Who's ready for some boom, baby, boom, rise and shine?" Even with the stranger staring at me in the morning time, it's your morning motivation. It's your boy Marky Saint's Addiction, and this is what I'm addicted to. The question begged, it was worth the struggle. Is it worth the struggle? And I guess you got to have enough muscle to go through with what you want to do for it to be struggle. I mean, if you put in some effort and you don't do anything about it, then I guess it's not going to be worth the struggle. But if you stack it up and start wearing your own clothing around the world with the Saints Addiction shorts, you know what I'm saying? Then maybe, just maybe, the sun will shine on you, and then everything becomes worth it all of a sudden. It's a thick question, you know, to sit there and go, all the abortions or all the lost love or all the lost money and all the issues that were endured come down to, I live a blessed life, bro. I started getting the phone calls for Intersect.ai. Dudes are calling me back, going like, "Yo, we want it here," throwing their credit card at the screen, and I'm like, "Well, fuck! If I start making 950 a deal, or $500 a month from certain people, then all of a sudden I'm in the driver's seat. I'm in the, holy fuck! I'm making 50 grand, 500 grand a month. Yep, I said it." And I meant it. You know what I mean? You set your own limits, and that's the kind of energy we give. We give out that currency to see how much currency we make. And for most of us, we'll just park ourselves, you know, in a building, in a restaurant, in a fucking, I've even worked at a fucking gas station before, believe it or not. And college educated, I was across from the house that I lived, and that was the only job I could get. And it was fucking crazy to me is when people, stare at me, or I wasn't staring at myself enough to be like, yo, I can do better, right? And part of doing better is the earning it, being able to go past your fear. I was watching it with the one guy from the Navy SEALs, and they said, "How do you get past fear?" What's up, Pedro? I see you, bro. And he said, go, just go. And it is like that. It is like going to some place you've never been before, or talking to a beautiful girl and you didn't even know her, or going for a raise from your boss. You'll get in there. "What's up, Summit? I see you." And then all of a sudden, you'll see the light come through the clouds. All of a sudden, you see all the bullshit that you had inside your head of why you can't complete what you wanted to complete. And then all of a sudden, you're the boss. You're like, "Hey, I took action. I went and fucking jumped into it. I fucking went head first." If you said, I was saying it earlier this week with Steve Harvey, that you just got to jump. And most people are so afraid to get scraped up down the mountain, or something's going to happen, that they don't jump at all, and then nothing happens. And then that's for sure something that you can't earn, and then nothing's given either. So you don't want it if it's given, and you definitely want it if it's earned. And it just feels different when you earn it versus something that you just fucking took it and stole it, and you didn't have to fucking go through anything to get it. The struggle is part of it, right? Like, it's part of the recipe, and they don't tell you this, but it's like you think of the success recipes would never have failure in it, but it's the pinch of salt. And then you would think that success never has any struggle, but it's the pepper. And it's all these things that make us part of who we are as a people, as we go through some things that we didn't think were possible. We go inside of our heads and we go, "I'm possible" is inside of impossible, but most of us would just slick away and be like, "Nah, I can't do that today." It's not possible because I can't see a way. But the point is just to see it in the first place. That vision that I could travel the world scared me. That I could speak multiple languages. Who am I? And then also, why not me? That was a huge thing when we went to it. When you start growing things and start making them a reality, you go like, why not me? Why not me having my own brands and traveling the world and having over 200 reliable models and my brands worldwide, and just fly in. And now we're going to Vietnam next month, and our whole team's shining, and we're making deals left, right, and straight. Why not me being able to, I don't know, make it even without money, even though things don't really end up working out? I still make it go forward and make it happen, Captain. That's just like part of who I am. and it's part of who I earned to be. It wasn't like it was given to me and go, okay, hey, you're going to be an international fashion designer, a business mogul, and super successful. All I wanted was my own business. Like, I was like, if I have my own business, I'm all set. I'll be a multimillionaire. I'll have money till I can't sleep, can't spend it anymore, and I can do whatever the fuck I want to do with my life. That's just me. And I knew it, but it was also like, how are you going to do that on a teacher's salary, or you have no savings, and you gave up the car, the condo, and the career, and was like, how's it going to happen? I think that's what bogs us down, is that we get a wild idea, but we'll trump it with how's that going to happen? We'll start deflating our own idea and going like, well, you don't have any uplinks, you don't know anybody, and you ain't got any money. That's what we do in our head. Before anything else happens, we start with the dread. We start with the instead of why not me, it's just like instead of a why not, it's just like how so, and all these other things. It's one of those things that we play in our heads, and we don't even concentrate that it could even be a different possibility. We put it in our head. What up, Luis? I see you, bro. Mexico City, welcome to Finland. And then we forget that it's not why or how or any of these other questions that we ponder in ourselves. It's a matter of just doing it, Nike. And a lot of us are like, nah, man, how am I going to talk to this hot chick? It was like, it's easy. I already did it. I did it in my mind. I told my mind to go, and therefore it started making progress and already started to go in that direction, versus the guy that's still hesitant, still fearful, and resisting the change. We embrace and drive change. We go after it and say, okay, you know what? I want to be that way. I want to be the type of guy that can say hi to a hot chick and not be afraid. Or I would love to be the guy that's in the porno than masturbating to the porno. Or I'd rather be the guy that can travel the world instead of watching somebody online traveling. You know what I mean? This is just me, but this is what it is. And this is what I always tell people. It's like, it's something that you can make it instead of fake it. I know a lot of people will be like, fake it till you make it. Hey, good morning. What up? You know what I mean? And it's like, you can't have to fake it. One of these days, you're going to have to get a dog shirt. Yeah, tell Yoni. I already told him. He doesn't believe me. I said, bro, we'll sell so many prints if we just give dog shirts and help people with their dog stuff, that they'll use the print shop more. There's a marketing idea. He didn't believe me. He's like, I don't think so. So tell him. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, so it's one of those where you can pretend like you got it, but it'd be most important that you try it. Nothing beats a failure but a try. And a lot of us will get failure in our mind and we'll be like, yo, I can't talk to a hot chick. I might get uncomfortable. That's the point. It's the act of being uncomfortable that makes things more comfortable. If you just do the things that are just comfortable for you, you don't go into any other zone that could change who you are or what you're about or what your horizons are. They say broaden your horizons, but you eat the same food. You'll be eating some peanut butter and jelly and wondering why these things are all like, some people are rude. Look, two dogs, look, they don't even say hi to each other. It's crazy. But that's on you. You know what I mean? You're going to broaden your horizons, but you're only comfortable with eating certain types of food. Or you want to see the world, but you think it's too expensive. And every time I tell my friends how much I spent on doing this, they're just like, no fucking way. Yeah, I flew to Finland for $200 from Las Vegas. That's right. It was $170 to London and another $30 on to Helsinki. And that was me. For $200? You kidding? I had people stealing from me that kind of money. But if we put it in our head, it's too expensive, then you're right. That's what it is. Like, putting it in your own brain, right, as I slap my own Saint glasses off my head, is what's really happening, that we tell ourselves what we're limited on. We tell ourselves like it's not possible. We tell ourselves it's too expensive. We tell ourselves we're not hungry for it. And then we're wondering why it's not worth the struggle. And that's why I keep telling people, it's like, through these things, right? Like through the fear, like I said, I see you on the other side of your fear, the other side of your excuses, is because those are the things that stop us. It's only in our minds that we go like, no, that's not possible. I put big ass possibilities like I want to see all the 7 ancient wonders of the world. That's fucking huge, bro. That I've gotten almost, well, I don't know. If you can't count Angkor Wat, like what Wikipedia doesn't can't count Angkor Wat, but I count Angkor Wat. But like 7 ancient wonders of the world, I still have to see the pyramids in Egypt, and I still have to see the Roman Colosseum. But I've got to see the Great Wall of China. I never thought that this was even possible, bro. I was just like you, sitting on the toilet watching my National Geographic, my Hustlers, and my Sports Illustrated, and even wondering, is it even possible? And that wonder became a wonder. Do you get what I'm saying? Like that, just the the wandering became the wondering became the wandering, and it became a wonder. How about that? Try saying that 3 times fast. And that's what ended up happening. I got to see the light. I got to live in it. Yeah, sure, there's some clouds and it blows over, but it's not always cloudy and it's not always rainy. It's part of that struggle that makes me earn it. Like, you can still see on the ground, it's still wet everywhere from rain, but at least the sun is shining now. And then it's like I went through the rain to get to the shine. I went through the shit to get out the pipe. And just like the Shawshank Redemption, he had to go through the shit pipe of all the feces and all the urine and all the bullshit that he had to endure, the rape, the beat ups, the solitary confinement. I'm sure you would want to have my life, but I told the guy you'd have to go to South Korean prison for 6 months in a solitary confinement. You'd have to be homeless and have your mom kicking your shit out. You'd have to sleep on couches sometimes and not get to eat what you want to eat. And then they'll be like, yeah, no, I'd rather stay comfortable, keep everything the same, and then nothing changes. And you're wondering, if nothing changes, nothing changes. And I keep saying that all over this week, but it's so true. The catalyst is you. The catalyst, the instinct, the imagination, the vision starts with you. And if you have it in your head, then guess what? It starts to change everything. You start going like, okay, I don't mind working these long hours because I want my team to win. At Innisec, and we started making 50 grand a month. Everybody's like, oh, really? Yeah, I had to stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning to get that to work. But most people are like, yeah, sure, I'll do the work. But when the work comes around, they start disappearing. They're like, oh shit, they start hiding. They start hiding their gloves. They start hiding their boots. They start shaking in their boots, and they're just like, oh shit, there's hard work that needs to be made. And I'm like, hell yeah, that's where I want to be. I want to be out in the murky and out in the cabin with my friends, chopping that wood. Chop that wood, big boy. You know what I mean? And going after it. And then I'm like, yeah, I feel all buff and stuff. I feel good. I feel like I'm out in nature. You know what I mean? I'm like, I love my life. You know what I mean? I'm like on a fucking good one. Versus the other guy that's just sitting there drinking a beer, playing on his phone, and doesn't even want to leave the room, when there's plenty of lakes out there, and there's like diving in the ice and shrinking up your balls and steaming off of my skin with my friends. You know, it was all of those things that made me love my life. You know, it wasn't just to say I love my life. It was the fact that I challenged my life, and it challenged me back, and it made me go further than I thought I could ever go, and then give me all these experiences and emotions and situations that broaden my horizons. And I never thought I could just say, oh yeah, I'll meet you in Thailand. Oh yeah, see you in Vietnam. Oh yeah, let's make an international team. Oh yeah, let's have an international brand. Oh yeah, let's be extremely successful. And that's all I wanted. I only wanted my own business. Inside myself, I said I wanted to be not secretly successful. I wanted to be super successful. And that's what I go for. I go for super successful, as in making 10 grand a month and having enough for me to go and start a business or travel. Actually, I only need 3 grand a month. I need about $1,000 to fly anywhere in the world, $1,000 to eat and sleep somewhere, and then another $1,000 for toys. And you'd already know, I don't know, excursions or doing something with my life or my time. That's where I came up with, like, if I can only just put this ATM card into the machine and it spits out $3,000, I'm set for life. And now we're talking about 10 grand, 50 grand, $500,000 a month just with AI and having a team and having a dream and managing people's voice AI agents, and then handling their social media and posting a sec, and just doing all sorts of things that made it from Microsoft to micro hard or macro hard. These are the things that are inside my brain. It's like what dreams may come when you actually embrace your struggle, when you actually embrace the change, when you dive first and you jump and you're head first, dive first. Matthew McConaughey says dive. Steve Harvey says jump, and Jocko, whatever his name is from the Navy SEALs guys on Joe Rogan, says go. And all these things that all of us hold back, and we're like, oh, I don't know if I want to talk to this hot chick. I don't know if I want to eat different foods. I don't know if I want to go different destinations. Then don't go. And for sure, get the results that you're already getting. I'm telling you right now, it ain't going to go far. It's not go till you actually go. And like I was talking with my co-founder, we were out there. I'm like, go talk to this hot chick. He's like, I could talk to hot chicks. And he said it kind of loud. And I'm like, well, then just do it. And he was just hesitating and masturbating and fearing. And I was like, here, watch me. I'll go over here and talk to him. Hey, girls, what's up? Yep, I've done this multiple times. How's it going? You know what I mean? Yeah, what's up, chop chop? You got any guys models? No. If I get you some shirts, will you model for me? Yes. Okay, what's your Instagram? Swip swap. Came back 5 minutes later, he's like, I can't believe you did that. And I'm like, you can't let yourself get in front of yourself and stop yourself or fear for yourself. You can't let you get in the way of you. You're already your worst enemy, or you're your best friend. And I wanted him to get that there was a limit. Like, you can be smart as fuck, but you can have blind spots. You could be really hardworking, but fear talking to women. And the struggle is real, but so is the prize. And that's what it is. Everybody wants the prize, but nobody wants to pay the price. And the price is your fear, you know, not wanting to overcome it, comfortability and being comfortable with the uncomfortable, and also the vision. It should scare you. It should be like, oh, is that possible through me? You know, if all things are possible, I'm gonna do it. And that's what it is like, a lot of us are not scared of our worst fear. Like we were talking about Coach Carter, this thing. He's like, what's your worst fear? It's not what's your worst fear, it's your biggest dream. That's the thing, that we are limitless beyond all measure, that we are so powerful as human beings when we're focused and we're doing our thing and we're putting max energy, mais força behind it. That's a fucking thing that scares us. Not that it was the fear that someone might judge us, or we might fail, or we might get scrapped up after we dive, jump, and go. No, that's not what it is. It's that we might actually accomplish it. And that was the biggest fear. It's not that that we can't face ourselves. It's that when we face ourselves, how powerful we can be. And on that note, I'm gonna smoke this joint because it is the Morning Motivation Joint Weed Club. You know what I mean? That's all that I wanted people to get. You know, that's all I wanted them to do. I reach, preach, and teach every morning. Ooh, that's tasty. And I tell people, dude, don't be afraid of your shadow. Embrace your shadow. Do the shadow work. Go in there and say, what are those things that I keep telling myself, those automatic negative thoughts that keep me paralyzed from being my full potential self? What is the thing that I was like so afraid of? And then ask myself, why not me? You know what I mean? Ask those questions. Sit there long enough off your phone and go like, why not me? Why can't I write that comic book? Why can't I date that girl? What's stopping me? And that's what I soon realized when I was in Thailand. The why not that he kept saying, why not? Why not? I'm like, hey, can I borrow your the helmet? Why not? Can I borrow the chainsaw? Why not? Can I climb the tree? Why not? The reason you're saying to yourself, why not, is because you know you can fall from that tree. And what if you built a fucking tree house? What if you built a ladder? What if you added more trees? You know, we hold these things. We hold these things to be self-evident. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, but not all men are going to actually take the chance to become a man or become a whoa man. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man, let's go. Let's hit that go button. Let's jump. Let's dive and see what will happen. Let's get in the mix, and then we creating something versus just stationary stuff that we're telling ourselves. If we're telling's not selling, you got to sell yourself on the motion and the emotion. And I call it not emotion, I call it emotion, you know. Oh, let's go out. Let's start it up again. Hold on. There we go. They call it emotion, you know, because we take emotion, we actually go into motion. We actually follow through what we say we're going to do. We go in a different direction, just like a merchant ship or a sailor, you know, a pirate's life for me, to go out into ports that we don't even know and get some Tahitian beauties and eat some mangoes and get it all in our beards and then go dive into the water and then go fish. Why not you? Why not you getting in shape and starting to go different places? Having women compliment you like, are you working out? You know what I mean? I'd like to sleep with you. Say what? You know what I mean? Or I have a dream. God forbid, you know, or Martin Luther King, you know, I have a dream, you know, that I can be more than I am. And then I can do things that I think that I can. And that is the dangerous position. Behold, you are more powerful than you recognize. And that's on Napoleon Hill. From Dale Carnegie, he said it. He said, I'm going to tell you something. Whatever the mind can believe, can be achieved. And where we can achieve. That's the scariest thing for him. It wasn't his biggest fear. It was his biggest dream. And I'm trying to get people to dream. And it's a try because I can't do the work for you, but it's worth the struggle. I'm here to tell you, it's been worth all the struggle for me to just sit here in the morning sunshine, have a place to sleep, have my dreams growing, have my videos posting, video in a sec, have my team together internationally. The guy said, congratulations. And I'm like, hell fucking yeah, it's congratulations to build a team internationally all around the world, and that we can all communicate, and then we can have my agents take place, and now it's posting for me, post in a sec, and it's all organized, and all my Instagrams are getting posted. I got over 100 Instagrams and over 100 domain names, and like, yep, 5 different brands, yep, 50 plus countries, yep, more to come, yep, Vietnam next month, yep, over 200 reliable models, yep, girls that want to shoot, girls that want to film, yep, you know, make love, not just war, try to still believe in having my own family and having my own children and making a family. I got girls calling me up, we should have children. I was like, where did that come from? When did hot Swedish girls that live in Australia want to start having my children? It's true, and it's happening, bro, and I made it happen, Captain. So it's one of my shirts, make it happen, Captain. Don't deny yourself with your fears. Don't deny yourself with your shortcomings or your beliefs. Expand your horizons and start to believe. That's the strongest, that's the most dangerous. Ideas are dangerous, especially people that want to work their ideas. That's what they don't want us to do. And that's why it's an anarchy, because they want us to work the job, pay the taxes, and become a slave. And that's one of my other shirts that says slavery, a money slave trying to chase these dollars when these guys are making trillions, bro. Trillions. We're not even a drop in the bucket, but your life is worth something. And that's what it is doing something with your time, going through the struggle, and seeing yourself on the other side. Shawshank Redemption. He felt so free outside, bro. He was just like, you know, yes, freedom. And that's what it was all about. He got away from all the shit, the murder charge, the raping, the bullshit, and he became another man. He became a free man, and that's what they don't want us to be. What's up with my joint this morning? They don't want us to be free. They want us to be controlled, and controlled by them and what they say. Versus us saying, what are our possibilities? When we work as a community and maybe everybody get a barninium, like my friend keeps talking about, it's like a condominium, it's a barnminium. It's like a third person that's actually mentioned it to me. Or that you can create a community and pick your neighbors and live off the land, and everybody have a what do you call that, a farm, you know what I mean, one of those community gardens, and start growing our food instead of going to the grocery store and buying it, or start writing that book instead of watching the movie, or do something exciting enough that we would never think it was possible, and then all of a sudden it's everything that's made for us. So I made my life, you know, I made it by design. I said I want to design, you know, I want to travel, and I want to make income while I do it. It's happening, bro. I'm so grateful. I can get one phone call and make $10,000, you know. I've made thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars working for myself than working for somebody else, and to bravely see new worlds and new languages and eat new food. And be the type of man that I wanted to be and am. The struggle built me, and that's what they keep teaching you, you know. A king builds the castle with the bricks thrown at him, and you don't want bricks thrown at you, but you got to catch them things with your bare hands. In case you didn't know, your boy Jerry Rice used to work with his father on top of the roof, and he used to flick the bricks up to him, and he would catch them, making his hands really tough and ready for a hard pass. So if you want to be, you know, throw a rocket at Jerry Rice, he's used to catching bricks, bro. Most people don't know. But he was catching bricks, bro, with his bare hands. And now he's the NFL's most yards receiver. He's the golden hands. But you didn't want to catch the bricks. You didn't want to build the calluses. And that's where it's at. It's in under the heavy weights at the gym. It's heavy on your heart, then take it to the gym. It's heavy in your mind, then go for a walk. It's heavy in your life, then lift it up like Atlas and start putting it on your shoulders and saying, I can carry this light. I can carry this dream. I can carry this vision for me. And after I've changed myself and earned it for myself, and it wasn't given to myself, I gifted it to me. I gifted myself this life. I said, yo, I want to have my Saint shades. I want to wear my own clothing, my own what do you call this, jewelry, I guess, my own necklace straight from the island, gonna go back, my own shorts. Yep, that's Saint's Addiction right there. If you can see it, I created these samurai shorts. I created this design, and I wear only mine. I imported these shoes from South Korea, Saint slides, Saint shades. I have it all planned, bro. And I was like, that's what I want to do. I want to have my own brand. So they said, you got to create a YouTube. I said, okay, now I'm up to 1,600 followers thanks to you guys. And please, if you're watching this live, keep hitting the subscribe. Once I hit 10,000, I probably won't do the morning motivation anymore, because that was my goal. First was to get a check with my name on it from Google. 2 was to actually be able to post my shirt designs underneath these lives, and you got to get 10,000 subscribes to get that. But after that, man, I'm still going to do my food reviews. I love eating food and talking about it. I'm like, yeah, we'll do some food reviews. We'll do some 420 and eats. We'll do some imports and exports. We'll do some anti-slip slippers and some motivatedjuice.com. And we're also going to develop all the websites that I have, from dogs on shirts, cats on shirts, movies on shirts, and make that a reality. Till then, I got work to do. Daily work to keep chipping away, moving my struggles away from me instead of doubling down on them and getting my immediacy, my immediate gratification, and the things that I wanted. I put the bricks against myself. So it would seesaw, so it wasn't just weighing me down anymore. I put bricks on the other side, like, you'll thank yourself if you diet. And what's the other thing that I do? Fasting and drinking water in the morning and getting fresh air and fresh sunshine on my skin. That was my decision. And not to have a boss wake me up, but get up early because I have a vision. And if you got a purpose, you walk differently, you talk differently. You're like, I'm gonna go be around people that think outside the box, or go to college, or doing things in their life. Those are the people I want to be around. I want to be around the daydreamers. I want to be around the truth tellers. I want to be around the people that got stories that are cool to listen to, versus the same guy talking about the same shit at the same bar. Fuck all that. Bars are a place for losers, bro. I hate to tell you this, but bars are where you go to lose. You're around other people that have lost. They've given up on the fight. They haven't. The divorce made them drink. They lost a friend, or lost some love, or bartenders aren't psychologists, bro. I got news for you. They're somebody that's not educated. They're just trying to make a profit, and they're going to do it off of your soul and time and skin. So it's like, they say put some skin in the game. You already are. You probably didn't even know it. You're probably putting your youthful looks on the line for some drugs, right? You're probably giving your time over to Netflix and social media. I know I get on my YouTubes too, right? And then there's like, oh, there's sunshine out. Maybe I'll give myself a walk. Maybe I'll give myself a pep talk. Maybe I'll fucking put some of those bricks that I was talking about laying and building and doing something with. I'm going to start putting them on the side of the building site. So eventually it'll be a wall. It'll be a castle. It'll be a castle in the sky. And I get to live this life. I get to live happy, healthy. I get to fucking edit my videos and video in a sec and just be like, oh shit, I really did go to Machu Picchu. Oh shit, I really did go to Sao Paulo. Really went to Peru and Brazil and Turkey and Finland and Thailand and all these other countries that I didn't even have to mention. I'd be sitting here all day trying to mention them. It's just the experiences are in here. And that's what I want you to earn, an experience, so that way you're grateful for yourself, instead of the guy that was just still sitting there, still watching the same shows, still doing the same thing, eating the same food. No, I challenge you, bro. Take the challenge to go see something that you've always wanted to see, and eat something that you've always wanted to eat, and do something that you've always wanted to do. And that's this morning's motivation. If you got anything out of this, you already know, like, share, and subscribe below. But as always, peace and love. And Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever, and finish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. But the other side of your fear, the other side of your excuses, and the other side of the world, because that's where I am, man. Ihana.